have to trust the folks that have been elected and hold these offices. They make recommendations in all other cases, and what she is doing is mirroring that same process for cases involving officer shootings.
And that is Acting Austin Police Chief Brian Manley talking to us last hour about the new strategy from the Travis County District Attorney's Office. Now, when a police officer shoots someone, critical cases are handed over to a local grand jury to figure out, did that officer break the law? That process is changing with our new district attorney, Margaret Moore, in charge, and she is here to talk about that process. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's delve right in. Let's talk about what the process was before and what is the process now. What is going to happen now?
The process before, handled by the district attorney's office, was that cases were all incidents were presented to a grand jury. And they were presented to grand juries that were already seated to hear other cases.
Right.
You know, we have 3 grand juries operating in Travis County at all times,
right,
hearing thousands of cases.
Okay, so walk me through the scenario here. I'm a police officer. I shoot somebody, and there's different kinds of investigations going on. That
Correct.
investigation is handed over to the district attorney's office, and now what happens with my case?
Okay, well, for starters, we do respond to the scene of all of these incidents.
Right.
So our investigation or our monitoring of their investigation begins from the time that the call goes out.
Right away.
Right away. And we're there to observe and suggest, and also to ensure that the process meets all legal requirements, like getting search warrants, things like that. Then when they've completed their investigation, the law enforcement agency turns it over to the district attorney's office. In the past, that would then get in a queue of all the cases pending to try to get grand jury time. So we've done 3 important things that are new.
Okay.
1, we are not using the regular grand juries. We've asked district court to call a special grand jury that will be impaneled solely to hear officer-involved cases.
Okay.
That gives them more time to get educated. It gives us more time to present cases.
Okay.
And we're not interfering with the regular course of business at the DA's office.
But before you hand it over to that special grand jury, you are looking at these cases.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do, and before we present, we are making an assessment as to whether we believe there is a criminal case.
Okay.
If there's not a criminal case, if the evidence is clear and there's not a criminal case, we're going to decline the case right away. We're going to tell the law enforcement agency, we've reviewed this case, we've followed up on the investigation, and we are declining the case. But we are also publishing a letter that sets out the facts and the law upon which we based our decision. And I think that's a key component of this, because one of the criticisms of using grand juries is it's all secret.
Right.
And the public doesn't get to see the facts.
Ever.
And so we wanted to enhance transparency by getting the facts back to the public and the families of the deceased individuals.
Because they deserve to know. They have questions as well.
Yes.
Let me get back to your critics here, because there are some who
No.
would say, always so honest, D.A. Moore, because there are some who would say, you know what, why should we trust you and your team? You work closely with police officers to begin with. You know a lot of police officers within the department. Why am I going to trust you to figure out if there's criminal wrongdoing instead of my peers in a grand jury?
Well, number one, I have made this Civil Rights Division in the office an independent entity that does not work with the police on regular cases.
Okay.
They only work on these cases. Also, you trust me every single day to make these decisions with regard to all criminal offenses. You know, that's our job. That's my constitutional authority, is to say, is there evidence here of a crime? And I believe that it's important for the elected district attorney to be accountable to the public for the decisions we make.
You do hold police accountable, because I've seen your process when it comes to the DNA lab that was shut down. What I want to ask you now that you're in office, not on the campaign trail, because you questioned the results that came out of that lab, are you now relying on the results that came out of APD's DNA lab in pending cases?
No, we're not.
You're having those retested?
Yes, yes. We're going through a process of examining each case now and retesting where we need the DNA evidence to prove a case. Yes.
Isn't that expensive?
Well, yes, it is.
How much is this costing us?
Well, the ticker is still running because we're doing this case by case. We've got pending cases and we have closed cases, so we've got two processes going on at the same time. You know, it's already cost several $100,000 in money transferred to the DA's office for additional testing, so we're not done.
You're not done, and we're talking about pending. Let me ask you about the cases that are closed. From what you know now, are there innocent people who went to jail with flawed DNA that came out of that lab? What is the likelihood?
I think the likelihood is small that an innocent person went to jail based on bad testing, but we are going through a very thorough process to ensure that we're correct about that. So,
let me ask it a different way.
Sure.
Would the outcome be different if a person had new DNA results? Would a grand jury send that person to jail based on some new results?
Well, a grand jury never sends anyone
I'm
to
sorry,
jail,
a
a petted jury.
pending jury.
But that's the evaluation we are doing case by case now, which is, we call it a materiality review. And that is, in this case, was that DNA evidence material to this conviction? In other words, would the conviction have occurred without the DNA evidence anyway? In those cases where two entities are studying this, the defense bar and the DA's office. And as we complete our process, we will be seeing if there are any cases upon which we agree that that case needs retesting and needs to be retried.
Possibly retried. All right, it's not over. Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate you.